Welcome back. As we said earlier, President Abdul al-Sisi received on Saturday his Gabonese counterpart, Brice Oligui Nguema, in the presidential palace in Al-Ittihadiyya, and they discussed a number of issues of mutual concern, after which they held a press conference where they said that they were both keen to boost their relations in various domains. To shed more light on the important visit, we are very much delighted to have with us by phone Mr. Abdul Rahman, writer and journalist. A very good morning to you, sir.
And a very good morning to you and the dear viewers.
Thank you. And let's shed more light on the important visit of the Gabonese president, and particularly the agenda of talks which took place yesterday in Al-Ittihadiyya.
Today we are taking a very strong steps towards our brothers in blood in Africa. As we are receiving the president of Gabon, who has reached Cairo to have true and strong conversations and negotiations with his counterpart, Mr. President Abdul al-Sisi, discussing too many files, most of them concerning the national security and the international security of both countries, as we are sharing almost the same interests and the same concerns, as well as the economical file and the industrial and economical cooperation that we are seeking to build upon and to expand its horizon for a better and a wider range. We have strong relations with Gabon, and we can maintain the same course and expand our horizons of cooperation, as well as we have achieved the same with many countries in the continent throughout our own economical and industrial mega projects, just like we have already achieved with a country like Tanzania, which we have built. We are building already the great dam, the Julius Nyerere
Dam. Let me take it from here, Mr. Abdul Rahman, to speak about the details or the points which were detailed in the press conference. As President Abdul al-Sisi was keen to say that mutual cooperation in the fields of industry, agriculture, communication, IT, tourism, it's already there, but also to expand even the presence of the Egyptian pharmaceutical products in Gabon to meet the needs of the Gabonese market in this demand. How do you see taking all the time into consideration the needs of the others markets to make sure that it's going to be a win-win situation or fruitful cooperation between Egypt and its African allies? Now Gabon is a good example.
Well, that's a very important thing or point to tackle upon. The Gabonese market and the Gabonese customer should be in consideration when we are building a new stage of cooperation with a country like Gabon, who has achieved so many strong steps toward progress economically and industrially. Too many people do not realize that the African countries have achieved that progress in the field of industry and the economy, as we have to think about that cooperation throughout our own the inside cooperation with the governmental sector and the private sector, to work on together to achieve that goal, to satisfy the needs of the Gabonese customer and the Gabonese markets. That's the rule that should be applied in cooperation with too many countries in the region and in the continent.
Amen to that. And sir, also the president was keen to congratulate Gabon, the president Nguema, upon the peaceful transitional period witnessed in Gabon and the activation of the new constitution, meaning that we are following what's going on in Africa, and we are going to continue supporting our African allies to achieve peace, security, stability, and to reach or to meet the aspirations of the African peoples all over the continent. How do you see this also as a milestone and one of the main topics which were discussed yesterday in the summit talks?
Egypt has its own historical and unforgettable role to support the stability in the African continent and in each and every African country, from the deep south until all the way to the north. So we have encouraged Mr. President of Gabon that this is a very strong step politically to maintain the stability in the country that is surrounded with too many conflicts and too many greeds from colonialism. And of course, this is a base we can start building around and expand the Egyptian friendly influence, as we are the bigger brother of the continent, and our own roots come from this continent. So we are sharing the same roots, the same blood, and the same interest.
Exactly, our strategic depth, and as you've kindly mentioned, when it comes to supporting our African allies, it's a non-stop process which already is taking place for thousands of years, and I'm not exaggerating in saying that. Well,
no,
also, Gabon's President Nguema said that this visit is going to be a turning point, and he said also that he is keen to continue with raising the mutual ties with Egypt to the highest levels. He also thanked President Sisi and the Egyptian people for the warm reception and hospitality. How do you see these statements from Gabon's president as messages to the whole world, how our African president or our African top guests are being well received in Egypt and having these fruitful summit talks with our head of state?
This is a message of appreciation by the Gabonese president to the president of Egypt that has expanded the strategic role of Egypt since the very beginning of its presidency. We have all witnessed how Egypt has strengthened the ties with the African countries in each and every spot in the continent. And of course, Gabon can rely on Egypt, and it can depend on Egypt for a stronger steps to have more secure, to have more stability, and realizing that Egypt as the strongest and the biggest country in the continent can give a hand, can support that stability. And of course, political stability in this continent is a matter of interest and a national and very important matter to Egypt, as well as Gabon, as well as too many countries that is witnessing a shifting of conflicts, shifting of facing and confronting influences from abroad, from the east and from the west, as well as the same. Together, Misr, Egypt, and Gabon, and other countries can work together, realizing that we share the same continent, sharing the same
and we share the same destiny, the same fate, and to some extent the same circumstances and environment too. Well, Mr. Amr Abdulrahman, journalist, writer, and our political analyst, thank you very much for your input, sir, and have a very good day. Well, by this we come to the end of our episode. Stay tuned on Al Nahar TV International always for more. Many thanks for watching. This was Nurmeen Abdulrahman.